You know what? In today's fast-paced moving world, finding a moment of peace, particularly inner peace, can sometimes feel like a distant dream. But what if I told you that the key to transforming your stressful life into serenity is just as simple as moving your body? I know. Well, welcome back, everyone, to another Mindful Monday. Today, we are going to get into the art and exploring mindful movement, how practices like yoga, Tai Chi, and just stretching your body can not only ease your mind and tension, but also enhance your physical and mental clarity. But of course, as always, before we get into today's topic, I just want to recap what we did last week. So, last week, we uncovered the transformative power of, yes, our breath work, how just simple breathing exercises can transform a stressful situation into a sanctuary, from a storm of stress to serenity. And this week, we're really building on that foundation. Today, we are going to step into the gentle world of mindful movement and how it can really reshape our stress. So find a comfortable spot and let's carry on with our journey to serenity. I want to welcome you into this lovely, peaceful place. Maybe you take a moment with me and take a mindful breath in, allowing yourself to be exactly where you are, and let it out. How do you feel? Did your shoulders drop down? Are you a little bit more relaxed? Maybe your heart is slowed down. Last week, remember I talked about the flight, freeze, and fawn responses. Movement, just like breath, is a key to unlocking your body's serenity state. It is another piece in the puzzle in our quest to transform what is a very stressful world into a place of a little bit more tranquility and inner peace. This is something that is not accessible to the few, but actually accessible to the many, which is why I thought it was very important that we talk about mindful movement today and the power that it can have to truly transform our lives. Mindful movement is is not just about exercising, and I wouldn't even consider it to be an exercise per se. It's really a form of connection. It's a form of meditation, but think of it meditation in moment. It's about being in the present moment, but with your body, feeling every stretch, feeling into every breath, and using those moments and those sensations to bring your mind and body into a state of harmony. It's this connection has a truly profound impact on our nervous system. It really helps us dial down the stress and dial up tranquility and peace in our lives. And for those of you know, I am a big proponent of somatic work. I do that in my coaching, and I feel it is so important that we start understanding how our body responds to stress so we can do these movements, we can do breath work to unlock the key to serenity. So let me share a personal story that is really close to my heart. I want to talk about a dear friend of mine, Tyler. Now, Tyler is someone who I have watched truly transform her life through mindful movement. And you might be saying, like, well, how can someone do that? You might see people go on, they decide they're going to go on a health journey and they're going to exercise and they exercise and they've changed not only the way their body looks, but the things that they talk about, the things that they're feeding into their body, not just nutritionally, but into their mind, right? Their mental state. So Tyler, like so many of us, suffered from stress, being totally stressed out, being weighed down by responsibilities, feeling obligations, whether family life, work, commitments, deadlines, you name it. the perpetual cycle that a lot of us find ourselves in, that hamster wheel. We can't feel like we can get off. And what she was feeling was actually manifesting in her body. So you can see the visible weight of everyday life just literally weighing on her, and restless nights that really colored her days with tension and stress. So Tyler decided that she was going to embark on this journey and mindful movement. And it is so crazy, the transformation that you can see in Tyler. It really was a turning point when she decided that she needed to start listening to her body and not listening to society that says we need to hustle more, we need to do more, or have more obligations, that we're not doing enough. So when she decided to actually give her body the rest that she needed, and then listening to her body, to when her body said, okay, I need to move, and I need to move in this way. It started out with yoga for Tyler, then walking meditations. And you would swear that she was a gym rat or something of the sort, but just the way her body responds. You have to think about it. When I talked about last week, the fight, flight, freeze, or fawn, that those responses in our body elevate the level of cortisol. And cortisol is a hormone that helps us store fat, if you will. So imagine if your body is constantly on that, I'm going to store everything and anything that comes into my sphere because it's going to help maybe increase my sense of safety. It's going to help with the dopamine hit that I get by eating foods that are a coping mechanism for me. So think about that. Your body is constantly now on this save mode. I want to get all this because I'm stressed out. I can't handle everything that I've been putting on my plate. And then you start taking your body from a state of survival to a state of thriving through mindful movement, giving it the rest, allowing it to really just reprogram itself to perform optimally, perform how it's meant to perform. And just by resting and then having mindful, intentional movement, she was able to transform not only her mind, but her body. And now she no longer is stressed out, no longer feels like she has to be on that hamster wheel. She knows when she gets to a certain point, okay, I need to tap into myself. I need to understand my body cues. What's my body telling me to do right now? Do I need to go for a walk? Do I need to do some yoga? Do I need to do some grounding to release that extra energy? So this is just a short example of how mindful movement can transform your life. You don't have to think, for those of us who might be, let's say, exercise adverse, you don't have to make super drastic changes to shed weight, whether it be physical weight, spiritual weight, mental weight. Something as easy as a mindful movement, a meditation, yoga, Tai Chi, Qigong, moving that energy through what was once a stagnant state can be so helpful to your overall mental health and well-being. And think about it, making each stretch deliberate to where you feel a shift in your body. Stressful moments no longer have a place. This is not a home for stress. And so coming at it with the intention from that standpoint is you're creating a haven for peace, for serenity, for tranquility. And so just as, Taylor changed and transformed, we too can change and transform. So what started as a very intentional step towards managing stress really helped Taylor blossom into a full-fledged journey of self-discovery, of improvement, of growth, and really navigating the rhythm of our life cycle. And how I mentioned, last month we talked about how we're in rhythm with nature and how you can get back into sync with that. And when we are stressed, we're out of sync, we're out of harmony. When we are stressed out because we're not in our own rhythm and we're not in tune with nature and the interconnectedness of all of this. So hopefully Taylor's story is a light, as an example, as a testament to the transformative power that mindful movement can be in your life. And maybe it's also a reminder that sometimes the most profound shifts that we can do begin in very small actions, like just rolling out your mat, right? Taking time to sit on your mat and breathe, move with actual intention, versus feeling like you have to be on some very regimented schedule. So, for those of you who are inspired by the story I shared of Tyler and her journey, I want to help you explore how you can start weaving this into your day as well. You can easily integrate mindful movement into your life right now, today, in this moment. So I'm going to walk through a few easy things that you can do to start adding movement in your life. And what I recommend is that we always start small. And the reason I recommend this is, especially if you're living in a survival state, going from survival state all the way to thriving doesn't happen. You have to take small steps in between. So begin with maybe just a few minutes of stretching, a few minutes of movement, or maybe when you get out of the bed, you feel into your body what needs to move. Do you need to, move your neck side to side, front and back? Focus on gentle movement, maybe even a few minutes of yoga. Focus on your breath. Focus on really building that mind body connection so you can start tapping in to your internal intuition and listening to your body. So then that brings me to this next part is being able to listen to your body. Mindful movement is about tuning in, not tuning out what your body's asking for. So if something feels good, dig into that, linger into it a little bit longer, push that stretch a little bit further, maybe feel into the discomfort and then adjust as you need. This practice really teaches us to listen to what's going on in our body and then respond with kindness and love by giving it what it wants. Then obviously incorporating the mindfulness as you move, pay attention non-judgmentally to your breathing. Pay attention to how it feels in your body when you move in a certain way. Pay attention to when that shift happens. The awareness that happens really bridges the gap between that mind body, which is the bridge that invites tranquility into that particular experience. And mindful movement really offers us a gentle but truly, truly, truly powerful pathway from a place of tension and stress to tranquility. It's not just about the physical aspects and the physical benefits, but it's the mental, it's the emotional transformation that comes from mindful movement with its intention and awareness. Because again, like I mentioned, it's when you're able to tap into the other layers of a physical aspect, you move things that you didn't even know were there, that were stuck or stagnant, old emotions. So remember that this journey is yours. This journey of stress relief and mental clarity doesn't require grand gestures. Sometimes all it takes is a really simple, small step, a deep stretch, a breath, a moment to connect to yourself internally. So why not give it a try? Why not ask your body what it needs and you start operating from that space? This is not just a way to peace in the moment, but this is a way for peace and prosperity for the rest of your life. This is a lifestyle, if you will. So I want to thank you, and I hope that these tips were helpful and sharing Tyler's story was impactful to you. Thank you so much for joining me on this Mindful Monday and our journey to tranquility through mindful movement. Until next time, keep moving, keep breathing, and embrace the calm that is already within you. Bye.